I have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, and welcome. I want to welcome you guys to Monday morning motivation. Yeah, hour of power. I tell you, it's always an honor to be back in the building. Always an honor, y'all. It is the first Monday of May. And do y'all know what the month of May is outside of Mother's Day? What do we celebrate in the month of May? For all those that follow me, support the platform, and know the things that I am passionate about, know that May is also Mental Health Awareness Month. So I always want to keep that on the forefront because we always want to make sure that we are staying on top of our mental, our spiritual, and physical. Y'all, we have to stay on top of and make sure that they're all in line. They're all in line so that we can continue to shift and do those things that we are called to do. That we are called to do. So, good morning, and welcome to Monday, Hour of Power, y'all. We've been talking about shifting. We've been talking about shifting. We've been talking about those 5 letters: S.H.I.F.T. But before I jump in, y'all, we want to go ahead and get the housekeeping, get some housekeeping out the way, get some housekeeping out the way, get some housekeeping out the way for the podcast. We want to get some housekeeping out the way for the podcast. If you would, I want you to share this in your circle of influence with somebody. Share this in your circle of influence with somebody because you never know what the next person may be in need of. Never know what the next person may be in need of. So, definitely this morning, I want you guys to simply share this out, share this out, and know that this is a safe place for you to comment, post your questions, ask your questions if you have any questions. I want you to be able to feel safe. I want you to be able to feel comfortable. For those that do not know who I am, I'm affectionately known as the Queen of Collaboration across these social media platforms. I am Angela Thomas Smith. I am an author. I am a life coach. I am a publishing coach. I have a small boutique publishing company. I do a little dabble in that. Um, I just am the change that I desire in to see in this world, and I want to share those things with others. So I have platforms that allow me to be able to be that vessel, to be that outlet, to be able to provide opportunities for others to share. So we have the magazine, we have the podcast network, and then of course I am the host of two podcasts on various networks. I am on the WBNN 5 years over there every 4 weeks on Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My last show was April the 30th. So 4 weeks from April the 30th, y'all, I will be back on. So I'm always looking for guests. So if you're out there, y'all, and right now I am looking for individuals that would like to talk about what is going on in America. I don't care who you voted for. I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care about none of that. I just care that you care about what is happening in America and you have a voice that you want to share and share some things of what you are doing to help make it better for the next generation. We may not see it in our generation. We may not see some changes. We may not see all this stuff that we're working on. but what are you doing for the next generation? Because we have to be proactive. We have to be active in working on things that can keep things from happening and not waiting till things happen and then see what we can do to fix it. So we're going to be proactive for the next generation, because a lot of the stuff that's happened now, we can't do nothing about it. All we can do is let it ride out and let it do what it do. And that's what we're going to have to do with a lot of things. And see, when we learn to shift, we're going to go ahead and get on into the lesson, because when we learn to shift, we learn about ourselves. That was one of the things that we talked about in shifting. We learned about self-awareness. The S is self-awareness. What does self-awareness mean? Let you think about that. What does self-awareness mean to you? Because what it means to me, it may not mean to you. I'm going to share some things with you, and we'll see if these things, um, if these things align with you, and if not, we keep it pushing, and we pick up the nuggets that do reflect what we're doing. So, self-awareness, we already discussed that self-awareness was simply a foundation of personal growth, the ability to see yourself clearly, to recognize your behaviors, to recognize your emotions, your strengths, even to recognize your weaknesses, able to dream, fulfill your dreams, able to acknowledge your convictions, and then being able to pause and reflect and be honest about all of these things that we know about ourselves, who we are, and we're able to unlock and make powerful changes when we realize that we have weaknesses and we have things that we need to adjust. So just being aware. And why do it matter? A lot of people will ask that question. Well, why do I need to be so aware of myself? Need why do I need this, and why does it matter so much? It helps you to understand why you react the way you react. It empowers you to recognize patterns that help to hinder your progress. It allows you to set meaningful goals aligned with your true values. And it is the first step to breaking old cycles and building healthy habits. How do you cultivate self awareness? We talked about practicing regular reflection, about journaling our thoughts, feeling, daily expressions, affirmations, asking for honest feedbacks from trusted friends and mentors, noticing triggers of strong emotions, both positive and negative, so that we can learn to adapt and adjust. Most importantly, every day, we should be setting aside time to meditate, pray, or simply be still with our own thoughts, spending time with self, and regularly revisiting your goals and your passions so that you can still see if you are serving you. Always about you. Some of the things that we said that we could do. And then I'm going to move on to habits, because habits is what we are working on this week. So ask yourself these three questions. What am I feeling right now, and why? Next one. What do I want to change or celebrate about myself? The third one, how will I honor my authentic self today? You notice that all three of these questions were specifically about yourself. Self awareness isn't a destination, it is a daily choice. So start here and watch how each part of life begin to shift for the better. Now remember, we're talking about shifting and we're talking about how to shift. Eventually, we're going to get to that 7-day challenge and we're going to be doing this process. It is a 7-day challenge. Even though it's 5 words, it's a 7-day challenge. And we're going to be actually doing that 7-day challenge here on the podcast. So now we're moving on into habits. So we talked about that word shift, self awareness, habits, intention, focus, and transformation. That's what God dropped in my spirit when He gave me that word shift. So for habits, the second step in the shift journey is all about habits. Those small, repeated behaviors that quietly shape the trajectory of our lives, whether good or bad. Once we become self aware, it is time to look closely at the routines that defines your day. What are your habits? Again, habits are actions you perform regularly, often without thinking about them. Some habits help you thrive. Morning routines, healthy meals, positive self talks, and daily gratifications. Others slowly hold you back, like procrastination, negative thinking, poor time management, and self doubt. Some of us know we have these little things that pop up sometimes. So, how do we adjust to them? How do we not allow them to hold us back? Why do habits matter? Why do habits matter? Habits are building blocks to your future. Every dream is built on small actions at a time over a time. Good habits create structure, discipline, and a sense of personal power. Breaking bad habits can release emotional, mental, and even physical energy for new growth. What you do daily, you become. It's not about you what you do once, but it's what you do constantly. So have you ever heard somebody say that you are what you eat? You are. Think about what you're constantly putting in your body. Your body begin to adjust to that. Your body begins to come there. If you're always eating junk food, your body is going to begin to react to that junk food. It's not going to stay healthy and fit and slim if you're constantly putting junk food in. You're going to get slouchy. You're going to get out of shape. And even with your spiritual and even with your growth, if you're not putting anything in, you go to school for 12 years and you don't take in any of the things that you learned throughout those 12 years. Do you think when you go off to college, you're going to be able to bring up some of those things and you're going to be able to recollect some of those things? You're going to be able to move forward? Some habits that we develop need to be broken, need to be done away with. But those good habits are the habits that we need to evaluate daily. that we need to make sure that they are aligning with our values, that they are aligning with the things that we want to do so that we can keep growing, because it's all about growth. Every day you should see something that you're growing with. You should not be in the same place you were last week. So for those that follow the platform and is here every Monday when you come on this platform, there should be something different about you. You should have progressed in some way from some nugget that you've taken from somewhere throughout that week. And that should be a every day and every hour, every minute progress. Because remember, y'all, we can't take back anything that we've done. So even what we done 17 minutes ago, when we started this show, we can't take that back. We can't go back and redo that time. We can't go back and redo the start, because we're now in minute 18. So we've kept progress and we've kept moving. Now, eventually, once this is over, people will be able to go back and hear the replay and go back and see it, but they won't be able to see it live. They'll have to catch the replay. See, if you want to see it live and in person, you have to be right here now in the moment. See, a lot of us, we are not aligned with the things that God is placing in our lives for us to move forward and for us to be able to shift, because we're allowing these bad habits, we're allowing these habits to keep us bound and to keep us in a stagnant place and keep us in a place where we can't move, where we can't grow, where we can't go to the next level. Because why? We're not even building nobody up. We're not encouraging nobody. We're not trying to help nobody. We're not even doing it for ourselves. So in order for us to elevate, y'all, we always got to be helping somebody else. We always got to be paying it forward. We always got to be bringing somebody else up, because as you elevate and as you move, someone else has to take your place, because it can't be vacant. No space can be vacant. It's just like airtime on the air when you own air on the radio. And they say respect the mic, because you do not want to disrespect the mic. So you don't want any airtime. You don't want to be silent for longer than 3 seconds when you're live on the air. And these are just some of the little rules and some of the things that are in place so that you can govern yourself when you're on air. So now we want to talk about building better habits. So now that we know that habits are forming, habits are those things that can be intentionally or unintentionally. You can be developing bad habits without even knowing, and you can be developing good habits without even knowing it. It's just developing these things. So sometimes we develop these routines, and sometimes we don't even know that we are developing these things. But yet we have these things in place. And sometimes we can utilize them, and sometimes we have to evaluate them and see if they really aligning with what that we need to be doing. So every day, y'all, we need to be self-checking ourselves, checking in with ourselves, being aware of those things. Start small. Replace, I'll overhaul everything with I'll change one thing today. So every day you should say, I'm going to change one thing today. And then you should work on changing one thing today. Be intentional about changing that one thing. Don't just say you're going to do it and don't do it. Align with new habits, your values and goals. Once you have discovered yourself, because now we've moved on from self-awareness, we're in the habits phase. Now you've reached the habit phase. What are your values and what are your goals that you discovered? What can you now apply to your life that will help you elevate and help someone else to elevate? So now you begin to track your progress. Yeah, you got to be intentional. This is how you be intentional. You begin to track your progress. How do you track your progress? There are so many ways that you can track your progress now. You can do journals, you can do planners, you can do apps, You can use your phone. You can just simply do a checklist, or you can just have somebody that will hold you accountable and will check in with you. There's so many ways. Be creative, but stick to it and make it something that you can stick to and something that can be tracked, something that can be measured. We also want to remember forgiveness and slip ups. Progress is about consistency. It's not about perfection, but it's about being consistent. It's about being pro- progression and moving forward, and not being perfect. But celebrate the small wins. Each time you do a new habit, you break a new habit, you do something different, acknowledge that thing and recognize that thing. So now that you have some tips, you have some things, what can you do to create new habits? I'm gonna let you think about it for a minute. Can you identify one habit that lifts you higher and one habit that holds you back? What's one positive habit you'll commit to nurturing? So for me, one of the positive habits that I have, y'all, right now is self-care. That is something that I have been intentional about in 2025. And every day I make sure that I am incorporating that into me. A lot of people see me doing a lot of stuff, so they don't think that I am taking care of myself or I'm doing the things that I need to do, because I'm all over the place sometimes. But I am intentional. I cannot come on these shows and talk about these things and tell you to do these things if I'm not doing these things myself. When I say that you have to be intentional, you have to be intentional. And that's about every aspect of your life, not just about a podcast, not just about a magazine, not just about a brand, but about your life, about your body, about your health, about everything that concerns you. Just as the creator is intentional about those things that is concerning to us, we have to be intentional about those things that concern us too, starting with ourselves, physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, all those things that make us whole. We have to be intentional about those things so that we can be whole. When we are whole, when we can operate as a whole person, then that's when we can begin to help others operate whole. That's when we can begin to share these things, because once you are whole, once you are complete, and how do you get to that how do you get to that point? You got to be willing to shift. How do you shift? Self-awareness, good habits, breaking bad habits, being intentional, being focused, and being willing to transform. That is shift. Again, y'all, we're going to be doing the 7-day challenge. If you want to go ahead and grab you a copy of the book is on Amazon. You can get it in audiobook, you can get it in digital, or you can get the paperback. Y'all, it is 26 pages. It is a 19-minute listen. You can listen to it on audiobook. Right now, it's on audiobook for 99 cents. You can go over to Amazon and get it on audiobook, or you can get it on Audible. It is 99 cents. You can listen to it. Let it read it to you and allow yourself to transform. If you're going to be riding on your way in your car, you can let it play in your car on your way to work. Y'all, 19 minutes. You'll be done before you even get there. You probably could replay it. You probably could listen to it twice on your way to work. But I guarantee you, it will help you, not break you, but help you. It will help build you up, not tear you down. and it will help you shift. Again, identify one habit that lifts you higher and one habit that has held you back. And then I want you to commit to nurturing that good habit, that habit that can lift you up. So I always try to nurture my self-care, try to do different things. And not only do I implement it in my daily, I try to encourage other people to implement it in their daily and allow it to be a part of your day to day. Y'all, it does not take a lot. Like, you really don't have to like make an appointment with yourself. Like you get up every morning. Some of us get up every morning, we have a cup of coffee, we brush our teeth, we shower, whatever your daily routine is that you have put in place. All you got to do is add that self-care in there, because it should be a part of that daily routine. It should be just as normal as that morning coffee, as that brushing your teeth, brushing your hair. It should be just that normal, because that is your time. That is your time with yourself. And when you spend time with yourself, you're spending time with the creator, the one that created you. And it's during those times that he's able to truly show you who you are, the things that you're supposed to be doing, how you can align with those things, y'all. So I hope that you are getting some of these nuggets on this morning. I hope that you are taking in some of these things. And if you have some questions, please post the questions. Even if you post them later on, if you think of them after the show, post them and we can get them answered on next Monday. But y'all, I always want you guys to be interactive and to truly grasp this that I'm sharing. Know that he already dealt with me before I even come on here to even share. I went through these stages. I've had to redo these stages. And I say in the book, it's a 7-day challenge. We break down a 7-day challenge. But you can do it every 7 days. Because every time you do it, you should be going to the next level. You should be elevating. Every time you should be elevating. Something should be changing. You should be seeing something different. You should discover something different that you didn't discover the last time. If you are truly doing it correctly and you are truly looking at yourself and you're truly being honest and authentic, y'all, these are building blocks, stepping stones, framework to building a better you, a better version of you daily. Remember, you can't do anything about 5 years ago, 5 months ago, 5 weeks ago, 5 days ago. We can't even do nothing about 5 minutes ago. But know this, that we can do something about our now. We can do something about our future. And that is to align with that he's called and purposed us to do. And how do we do that, y'all? We got to be willing to shift. So how many out there today is willing to shift, willing to go to that next level, willing to allow him to use you? Who are you? What are your habits? What are you intentional about? What are you focused on? And what are you willing to transform from to? Because he wants you to shift. Y'all, I tell you, every Monday morning, I get excited because I get to come on here and I get to share those things that he's poured in my life, those things that he shared throughout last week, throughout some couple of weeks, because this was dropped in my spirit about 2-3 weeks ago. And I was intentional about doing the things that he dropped in my spirit to do. So when he dropped it in my spirit, I immediately stopped what I was doing. I created a framework, a blueprint, a map that you can use to walk some things out, to change, to journal, to meditate on, to incorporate. So the paperback book is $8.88. The audiobook is 99¢. I think that is the special that they have right now. It will retail for $5.55 once that special is over. The digital Kindle, if you have Kindle, it is of course free for you guys if you have Kindle. But if you have a Kindle and you want to download it and you don't have the unlimited Kindle, it is $1.99. So I want you guys to go over, support me, grab that copy, and shift. It is your season. Some of us have questioned when, how, and why. Well, he heard you. He answered. Now it's time for you to move so that you can align with that he already had mapped out. Sometimes he's waiting on you, just waiting on you to move. And when you don't know how to move, you know you have to ask him. So, y'all, thank you for joining me on this morning. I am truly honored, like always. I appreciate you guys for tuning in for Monday morning motivation, your hour of power here with the Queen, screaming through the Crew podcast. I thank you guys for all of your support. I tell you, it is truly an honor and a privilege. I don't count it lightly. I have to thank all those that have cast votes for me, those that have cast nominations, those that nominated me for various things. I am up for a couple of nominations, not just me myself, but the podcast network here, Kingdom Business Award, um, Media Outlet of the Year. None of it would be possible without you guys. I am going to be live tonight on Let's Talk About It with co-host Cornell, Jackie Drummer. He's going to be hosting the show. Shanette is not going to be on, but he's going to be hosting the show tonight. And they wanted to bring me on. He said he had a surprise for me. He wanted to share some things about what is going on within TDCJ. Um, they have been very grateful for the outcome, the input, the action that has taken place from some of the action that we have taken as advocates, as people that just want to be a voice, that just want to speak up and speak against social injustice, human injustice, anything that violates human rights. We want to speak on it, whether you're incarcerated or not incarcerated. No one's rights should be violated. Everyone still have rights, whether you're incarcerated or not. You have a right, and everyone should know those rights. And we should not continually allow people to violate them and step on them. We got to hold these people accountable. Got to hold these people accountable. So, y'all, tonight I will be on Let's Talk About It with Cornell, and we're going to be talking about TDCJ, and some of the things that's been going on up in there, and some of the people that have come out to visit. And hopefully we're going to see some change. I often say, we may not see it in our time, but it's going to come. It's going to come. It's going to come. Trust me, it's going to come. Again, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Again, if there's anything that I've shared on today, been a blessing to you guys, I definitely want you to share it out. I just drop nuggets and just share what we have. If you are in the Chicago area, y'all, we're going to be in Chicago June the 14th and 15th. We are going to celebrate Rachel L. Gary out of Chicago. She is a radio host. She's a author. She is a rehabber. She does property rehab. So she has her hand in a lot. She is definitely out here impacting her community. We're going to be celebrating her book lunch on that Sunday from 2 to 6. There's going to be a champagne toast. Have opportunity to take some pictures and to network with small businesses and other authors that come out and be a part of this event. We're there to support. We're going to be doing a pop-up on that Saturday. So we want all authors, all book lovers, all community leaders to come out and be a part of this amazing event in Chicago. I'm excited. We have some flyers floating around that has the address on it. We will definitely share that with you guys because we want you guys, if you're in the Chicago area, we want you to connect. We want you to connect with these amazing individuals that's in your area because some of you guys may not know who these individuals are, but they are in your area. And when I leave there, I want you to stay connected with those that are right there with you, that are in your midst, that can help you stay on this journey, can help take you to the next level. So y'all, Chicago, we coming. Then we're coming back to Spartanburg, South Carolina, July 5th. We're going to be celebrating the book release of Travita's book as she honor the legacy and the journey that she experienced with her mom. I'm grateful because I had the opportunity and the pleasure. Didn't get to meet her in person, but I felt like I did. I had the opportunity and the pleasure to meet with her several times via virtual. She was even an honorary host over here on the Crew podcast. She hosted one show over here as an honorary host, and just honored to call her my purple lip friend. So I definitely will be in the building. And I'm asking all those that are in Anderson, Spartanburg, Greenville, Columbia, Charleston, all those that are willing to travel to that area to help celebrate a great legacy and to celebrate the book release of Charita's book. So please, y'all, come out, support. There are so many flyers floating around with all of the detail. But always, you can inbox either one of us. You can inbox Shavita Harris, or you can inbox me, Queen of Collaboration, Angela Thomas Smith, Angela, however you want to find me and get in contact with me. Please do so that we can make sure that these events are amazing events and that we are supporting. And as these individuals are traveling, that they're able to be blessed and not just be coming out their pockets as they travel because they want to be a blessing and we want them to continue to be able to be a blessing. So y'all, please support them. There's some flyers floating around. They have some links. They have some scan codes. If you cannot travel to the Chicago, Spartanburg, or New York area, y'all, you can support them by purchasing a book. Most of them are providing signed copies of these books. So if you purchase a copy of the book, they'll autograph it, they'll ship it in the mail to you so that you can enjoy these holiday seasons. So again, um, thank you guys for jumping on and supporting us on this morning here on Monday Morning Motivation. I truly thank you guys because you could be anywhere. You can be anywhere getting your dose of motivation, but you chose to stop by here this Monday. So thank you for stopping by this Monday. Thank you for stopping by last Monday. And I hope to see you next Monday, y'all, because next Monday, we're going to be moving on to intentionals. We're going to be talking about intentional and how to apply it as we continue to shift on this journey we call life. Now, we only get one chance at it, and you get to make the best of it. It's yours to make the best of it. But remember, you have free will. You can choose which way to go. So, again, I thank you guys for tuning in. I am the queen of collaboration. If you are an author and you're not attached to the 100 author movement, I want to encourage you guys to get attached to the 100 author movement because we're definitely doing some things over there. We're definitely um, connecting individuals. It's all about connecting, collaborating, and community building. Again, connecting, collaborating, creating, and community building. So if that is you, and you're looking for a family, you're looking for like-minded individuals that will push you, that will encourage you, that wants to see you grow. Not here to hinder you, not here to compete with you, but we're here to connect, collaborate, create, and community build. We want you to join the 100 Author Movement. Y'all, it is a $50 one-time fee, once a year, one-time fee. It is a yearly fee. You pay one time a year, $50, and it covers you the entire year. So December the 31st will end this season. We will do it again next year. If you want to be a part again next year, you will pay the renewal fee. For those new authors coming in, they will pay the one-time fee. And then if you come back the year after, you'll pay the renewal fee. And then the new authors will pay the one-time fee. Y'all, it does not stop. We're on the mission. They had the 1 million black men. So we're going to have the 1 million black and brown author movement. We're on we're on a mission. We want to highlight, we want to connect, we want to know that 1 million black and brown authors have come through this platform. Over the next 5 to 10 years, we hope to meet that goal. How do you help us meet that goal? Sign up, be a part of the 100 Authors to Watch movement. Every year, we're going to focus on promoting 100 authors, 100 brown authors that want to be seen. Once you join, you're always a member. You don't get kicked out. Even if you are an inactive member, you're always a member. There may be limited um, actions for those that are inactive. Like, you may not have access to our chats. If you're inactive, then you may not have access to our chat. That means you won't be able to come inside our chats. But if you are active, if you are active for that year, you will have access to the chats. You will have access to that direct connection to me and all of the group leaders, because we do have group leaders, and you will have access to them. If you are inactive, that means if you're not participating in the challenges, you're not participating in the things that we're doing, then you are considered inactive, and that means that you don't have access to the chat room, but you still have access to everything else. You don't have access to the special behind the scene things that we're doing. So you may not have access to anything but the public stuff, the stuff that we post inside of the group, the stuff that we post on the Facebook pages, the stuff that we post on YouTube, and those things that are public. You only have access to those things. So if you want the behind the scenes, you want that close network, you want that stuff that you have to be active to get, then you have to join the group. You have to be inside of the chat, and you have to be active. This is about connecting, it is about creating, it is about collaborating, it is about community building. It is not a I, it's not a me, but it's about a us, and it's about a them and a they, but never I, because there's no I in team. So, with that being said, y'all, again, I thank you guys for tuning in. Authors, get involved, creatives, get involved, because again, there's going to be some amazing things coming through these various platforms, because we have some amazing platforms that are connected. So you're going to see some collaboration projects come forth. You're going to see some individuals really showing you the power of partnership, the power of collaborating, the power of connection, the power of truly coming together. So you're going to be able to experience that inside of the 100 Author Movement. Y'all, we are going to be dropping the who's who of Black and Brown creative and literary world. We're going to be dropping that special edition in July. Some of you guys may find yourself inside of that special edition. Um, who knows? If you are interested in being a part of that special edition, and y'all, that is going to be a yearly edition. Again, once you are a part of that, that is something that you will always be a part of, because that is going to be something that we're going to be utilizing to honor and showcase and support those 100 authors that show up and be a part of the movement every year. But everybody that joins, so if you are attached to the 100 author movement for 2025, you are the inaugural group. So you are going to be the very first who's who of Black and Brown creative and literary um, edition of Aspiring Authors Magazine. Um, we are in the backgrounds working on it. So if you are already a part of the movement and you have been active, you will definitely be getting a reach out from me to see how you can be a part. If you know that you have been inactive, but you would like to be a part of this, you definitely can be a part, but you will not be there. There are going to be fees that you're going to have to pay, um, because you don't get privileges when you don't participate. You can't just say you're a part of something and not be active, um, because it's not fair to those that are being active and those that do participate and those that are doing the things to try to lift up the movement and lift up the environment and lift up the energy within the groups. So those are the people that, yeah, we want to recognize those, and those are the people that, yeah, we want to give them, we want to give them breaks, we want to give them cuts, because yeah, they are going above and beyond. And we have a few people that have done that, and are deserving of that. So know that if you are interested in being in the who's of by Aspiring Authors Magazine, y'all, you go have opportunity to be a part of that. There will be a fee. Know that there will be a fee, but you will have an opportunity to allow your brand to speak. This is going to be something that I am working to get some extra things attached to it so that it can truly be recognized and people can really see it. I'm going to do it in a different format so that I'll be able to put it out in different distribution platforms. So I'm excited about it, y'all. I'm excited about it. If you are not attached to the 100 author movement, this is your opportunity to get attached so that you too can be a part of the who's who in Black and Brown creative and literary world by Aspiring Authors Magazine. There's going to be a special edition that's going to be dropping. Get attached. It is a great opportunity for y'all that are still weary. The magazine is now getting recognized internationally, y'all, because of the magazine and the podcast. Um, I'm receiving an international award for global impact, and I am being recognized because of the magazine and because of the podcast network. I tell you the amazing write up that they did on the podcast and the magazine. Yeah, I'm grateful. I'm just grateful to be the visionary, just grateful to be obedient. It's all about being obedient, y'all. Sometimes we just got to learn how to be obedient so that God can truly use us, so that we can help the building of the kingdom, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. But I want to encourage you guys. Y'all are probably going to see me jump back on later on because I have a couple of things that I truly want to announce. I am going to start back to interviewing. That is one of the things that I have been truly passionate about. Everybody to know that podcasting, broadcasting, journalism. That is the thing that I am truly passionate about, because I want people to be able to get their voice out there. I want people to know that they have a voice and that they don't have to sit down on that voice, that they can get that voice out. And there's outlets that these voices can be given out through. Um, we currently have some vacant spots over here on the Crew Podcast. I am in the midst of filling one of those spots with a new host. So y'all will be seeing a new host joining us over the next 30 days. Y'all know we go through a 30-day training and getting used to the podcast. So if you're out there, y'all come on, join now so that you can go ahead and get them 30 days out so that your podcast can be jumping off no later than, you know, mid-June, July. You ready to kick off your show and you're ready to have your podcast live, and then you got 6 months to finish strong, y'all, because we want you to be able to utilize these opportunities that you have. Again, we have 3 slots over here on the Crew Podcast if you're interested. One is going to be filled sometime this week. Don't know how quick it's going to be filled, but I do have someone that is interested. And this is how it works. So you don't have to worry about doing anything. All you got to do is show up. We're going to train you with the procedure, how it flows, what you need to do. All you got to do is show up for yourself and show up for your guests, show up for whoever your audience is. Just show up and respect the mic. How you respect the mic, be prepared. Have your lighting on point. Have your audios on point. Have your technology together. Have your guest technology together. Have your guests together. That's how you show up for the mic. That's how you respect the mic. That's how you respect that space. See, when you come on and you don't know when you're in queue, you don't know when you're supposed to start. You're not even in the queue, right? That is not respecting the mic. That's not knowing what you're doing. That's not being, you know, comfortable with what you're doing. But I want you guys to come on in and show up for you, and show up for that person that may be watching you, because know that this journey that you're not on it by yourself, and that it's not for you, but it's for those that are assigned to you or attached to you. See, your journey was attached to somebody else. Do you know who your journey was attached to? I know who mine was attached to. And I'm grateful for all those that have poured into me and that pushed me to where I am today. Because if it was not for you guys, I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do. And I hope that that is the sentiment that others will say about me. That I played that part in their life, that I was able to pour something into their lives, that they were able to carry on and pour into someone else's life. That's what it's about. That's what called leaving a legacy, leaving a blueprint, leaving that nugget, leaving that something. Because a lot of the stuff that we have, even these videos one day are not going to be around. These podcasts one day are not going to be around. So people are not going to get these things. But while we have them here, we should be sharing them out so that they can get these nuggets, so that it can get down in their spirit. See, it's those things that are down in us, those habits, those things that we are intentional about, those things that nobody can take away from us. It's the things that the character, the things that make us who we are. Those things that when we have these podcasts and we're on here sharing and we're doing these interviews and these things that come out of us, it's those things that nobody can take from you. So it's those nuggets and those things that you keep putting out in the atmosphere so that they can vibrate and get into the people that they need to get into. So to all those black and brown creatives and those that are in the literary world, this is your opportunity. If you did not get an opportunity to rep your state, you did not get an opportunity to rep your state, this is going to be an opportunity for you to really rep yourself, your brand, who you are. Who are you? You get to tell the world who you are in the Who's Who Black and Brown Creative Literary World by Inspired Authors Magazine 2025. This is our inaugural edition. This is our first edition. Next year will be our second edition. So will you be a part of this inaugural edition? Will you be a part of this hardback edition of, yeah, it's going to be hardback. It's going to be one of those that you can sit on your coffee table and be proud to sit on your coffee table. So I want to encourage you, Black and Brown creative and literary world trailblazers that are leaving an example and leaving a legacy. This is an opportunity for you to amplify not only your voice, but to amplify your brand. There's going to be information that's going to be floating around here shortly. But if you are part of the 100 author movement, there's 45 individuals over there. I encourage you first to get involved, to allow your brands to be seen, allow your brands to be heard. This is an opportunity for all of us. So, y'all, thank you. I'm out of here. I know I shared a lot. I've been all over the place, like always. But this is what happened when you just want to be a blessing. You just want to, you know, make sure that, things are getting out and people are getting what need to be got. So I hope that individuals are able to share this out. You're able to hear the replay if you missed it live, that you're able to get these nuggets and that you're able to apply them. Y'all, 2025, this is your season. It's time. Y'all, we're in fifth month. Fifth month. Y'all, we only got 7 more months. Y'all, what have you done in the first 5? What have you done these past 5 months? What did you do in January, February, March, April? What did you do? Because now we're in May. And y'all, we're already in the 5th day. Cinco de Mayo, we're already in the 5th day. That means we got 25 more days left in this month. 26 more days left in this month because it's 31 days. 26 more days left in this month, y'all. How will you finish this month strong? How will you finish this month strong? Remember, this is National Mental Health Awareness Month. Stay on top of your mental. Stay on top of your mental, your social, your physical. Because it's time to be whole. Y'all get connected to the Queen of Collaborations. Again, we'll be back next week, y'all. It is time to shift. It is time to shift. It is time to shift. And if you're not connected to the 100 author movement, you have a time. You can get connected to the 100 author movement. We have space for you. We have space for you. We have space for you. Also, if you are interested in purchasing your copy of the 7-day shift challenge, self-awareness, habits, intentional focus, transformation, you can go over to Amazon, grab you a audio book. You can grab the audio book for 99 cents. You can grab the digital copy, or you can get the printed version, y'all. It's on Amazon. Go ahead and grab you a copy. 99-cent audio. It is a 19-minute listen, which means it's probably a 36-minute read, 19-minute listen. You can listen to it twice on your way to work. But y'all go grab it however way you like it. It is affordable. And I'm telling you, you need to have it in your library. You need to have it in your library. Y'all, I will see y'all back here next Monday. Y'all have a great week. Be encouraged. Be empowered. Know that you didn't get dropped out of the sky. Know that you were intentionally placed here, that God had a plan for you. He declared in his word, he said he had a plan for you, and it was to prosper you, not to harm you, for you to be in good health, for you to have hope in a future. So I hope that there's something that I've shared with you today that will encourage you to stay on this journey and will help you go to the next level. Y'all have a great day. I love y'all. And this is for you because I love y'all so much. I do, I do, I do. I do, I do. So I cannot never leave without giving you a hand clap of praise.